My name is Kelsey Moore. I am an onboarding specialist here at TapGoods, and I am here to introduce you to our latest enhancements within the software. Most recently, we've launched disclaimers, and disclaimers are added to our legal section by going to admin and scrolling down to legal settings here. Now, these disclaimers have a couple of different reasons that you can choose to use them. One is highlighting specific legal agreements or just like some instructions for each item. So as you can see here, we have one specifically for a margarita machine. It can be, for dishes if you want them to be put back in the same way. It could be for tools and equipment. So if you want the equipment to be refueled before returning, you can make this more or less a highlighted section within your legal agreement, and they'll have to assign specifically to that section. It doesn't have to be attached to an item. It can just be added to an order just as an extra highlighted area that you want your customer to look at to be able to sign. We do have the margarita machine. You can also add a new order disclaimer here. You can set this as a default disclaimer, which means that it's going to be added to every single order. You can edit and then delete. So I'll show you just what the edit feature looks like. You'll be able to give it a name, and then you can fill out the body of the disclaimer here. Of course, editing as you see fit. You can also upload a file. I do recommend just putting it in the body. It is a little bit more prominent as they can see it and sign it all within one screen. From here, I'd like to show you a couple of different features with our disclaimers. So if I go into inventory and I show you our margarita machine. So if I click into this item, I can then attach that disclaimer specifically to this item. And as I said, once this item is then added to an order, this disclaimer will automatically be attached to that order and then require that signature from your customer. So if we scroll down here, you can see the disclaimers area and you can link disclaimers to this specific item. So I'll go ahead and link our margarita machine. And then as a lot of these pop-ups show, once this blue line shows here, you can see that it also is attached down in disclaimers down here. I'll show you what this looks like in an order. So as you can see here, we are in the order, and then I'm going to add the margarita machine to this order, and I'll show you where disclaimers show up when you're editing an order as well. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and add our margarita machine. Okay, you can see the margarita machine has been added here. And then if we go into options, discounts, and fees, you can see that it's now automatically the disclaimer has been added to the disclaimer section. You can see that the signature is required for this one. You can also turn that off within the order settings, as you can see here. Also, you can add any disclaimer, any other disclaimer, so you can have multiple in here as well. So say this one also had a piece of equipment that needed to be refueled that also had a different disclaimer. You can add that one here, also requiring that signature. Then I'm going to hit update and I will show you what it looks like on the customer side of things. Whenever you do add a disclaimer, it will require the signature of the disclaimers first, and then require the signature for the legal agreement last. So you're not hanging with just a legal agreement and then disclaimers are missed somehow. So it is a requirement for all of them to be able to move this quote to a reservation. So from here, I did just request that signature. If I go into emails, you can see that we emailed this person, and I'll show you what that email looks like. And then from here, they can click sign agreement. I'm already signed into this person's account. So if you go to manage your orders, you can see that this most recent one that we just put in here, go to this order and then hit the signature required to be able to make that payment. So once we hit signature required, of course, you can see that the margarita machine disclaimer pops up first. They will then sign. And then they sign the legal agreement here with the order agreement that is within your account. Just to reiterate, The system will require the disclaimers to be signed before the legal agreement is signed by your customer. Then they can go ahead and make a payment. So if you go back into TapGoods, you can see that the billing has now been signed. Your disclaimers and details are down here in documents in the disclaimers. And that is how you navigate disclaimers within the TapGoods system. As always, please reach out to us if you have any other questions. One other enhancement that I do want to show you is going to be in our admin settings. So if I go to admin and hover over that and then come down in here, and we have a new print section in our settings. So we have added the ability to change the font size for your quotes and invoices that are printed out. So you can change it from anywhere from a 12-point to a 20-point size. Once you click on the size that you are interested in, you can preview by hitting the purple button. And then from here, you can see the font size that is going to be printed for your invoices. If I go back into here, you'll go into an order and then, of course, print that invoice from that order. I can show you what that looks like. So once you are in an order, you'll be able to go to the billing tab. You can choose either invoice or quote to download. And of course, seeing the bar move across the top will show you that the download is happening. And now I can show you how the font size has changed for this quote. And then of course you can test to see what best fits for your company. As always, please let us know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to meet with you soon. Have a great day.